Good afternoon, Jason Phillips from Auto Appraise. I'm doing a pre-purchase inspection today on a 1971 Chevrolet Camaro SS 396 car, 402. Yes, this car is for sale as a numbers matching fully frame off or rotisserie restored car. No, I'm not selling it. So if you call me and say, what is the price, or email me, what is the price? I'm doing this inspection for a client first. This video will get posted later publicly if he chooses to pass on the car. And then certainly some questions can fly. So I hope you can appreciate why I'm not revealing price or any more information at this point. I say that with all the love and consideration in my voice I can put together, only because I receive some comments on my channel sometimes, hey, why don't you get to the price? And we're not there yet. We're just doing the inspection right now, so that work gets done after we're gone from the field. You can see the magnetic adhesion on the car is excellent. The whole body sticks like that. I marked one weak spot on the passenger fender right in here. There was a little lack of adhesion, but good here, good there. Good door corners, lips, etc. The body is really done nicely. My only critique really of the body at all is that the door lines on the passenger side, the door is in a little bit at the top this way, out a little bit at the bottom this way at the dog leg. And that's about the worst line of the car. The front door line, you can see the whole door is kind of in a little bit. It could stand to come out maybe an eighth, a quarter this way in the center. Not horrific, but noticeable. The driver's door line is better. The door sits in just a skosh. Oops, I'm not looking at my hand. Just a skosh. The door is in a little bit. And same thing, we got a little bit of extension at the dog leg coming back this way. Usually I'd be suspect of quarter panels changed. The trunk is done really nicely. And up high there's no layover seams to indicate that the quarters have been changed, at least in an amateur fashion. Floor's done really nice in a splatter paint. I'm not going to pull the mat all back out, but I had it out earlier. And certainly if the quarters were done, they were done whole and complete. Jambs are beautiful. Deck lid closes nicely. Lip of the deck lid is in nice shape. The deck lid sits a little high on this side. And there's a little crack in the spoiler right there that the buyer would probably want to know about. Nothing too serious. Latch assembly restored. Replacement herringbone mat. I didn't see a spare or a jack. And then the deck lid just sits a little high. Nothing horrific. It could probably be pulled down there at the latch. It's consistently high. Can you see? And the spoiler sticks up there a little bit, so maybe adjust that latch down a quarter of an inch and see how it takes that. Passing quickly over the chrome, the trim, the paint, it's all really nice. There's really nothing to complain about. Split bumpers installed on the car. Lower valance was replaced. All the stainless and aluminum trim was pulled and polished or replaced. Nothing to complain about. Rocker moldings are in excellent shape. Door handles, etc. Taillight lenses, all the glass was done. Windshield's pretty clean. There's a few dead bugs on it. I don't see any major rock chips or cracks noted. And no unusual scratches on the rear glass as well. Paint-wise, the car really doesn't have any significant rock chips or scratches. Has a few hairline scratches up on the hood. Very light little polishing scratches that are really hard to detect. They don't really even show up well in photos. The stripes are base cleared over. There's no real lip edge to speak of. And the paint just shows nicely. Let me turn that light off. I'm back about 2 to 3 feet from the vehicle, and you can see that it's well cut and buffed and sanded. Looks really nice. So it is a really nice presenting car. We'll grab the engine bay while I got the hood open. 396, 402, 300, CLB code. That is correct for a 300 horse turbo hydromatic Rochester 4-barrel carb. I took that apart earlier, and it's got a replacement carburetor. 704-1200 I think was the number. Conventional ignition components, nicely detailed. Factory Delco / Harrison air conditioning components are all really nicely detailed and polished. Delco Moraine power brake booster, correct as it should be. Grooved heater hoses, correct anodized colored clamps on the fuel lines and on the returns. Grooved heater hoses here again. Really nice presentation. Aftermarket battery there, of course. But tall tower clamps. Very, very nicely done under the hood. Easily a showable vehicle. It's an 854 block. They use that 69 through 72 in this application. So CTB we went over as a 300 horse suffix. Apple 2971 was the cast date. Trim tags painted over sufficiently, but I was able to decode most of it. 02B, we got a February 2nd week build, so a late January cast block and a late stamped January block. Looks pretty good to me. Engine pads painted over, but the parts that I can see, the assembly date there was Tonawanda 0130, so January 30th, and partial VIN can be seen on the engine pad. Engine's stone cold, 55 degrees here, and it's 55 degrees on the barn floor. Take a peek underneath the car. It's a gorgeous car. It's got a little bit of a chip up here behind the bumper. I don't know, some of that could be tar or bug marks, but no real stone splash or damage to report underneath. Exceptional quality work done underneath on the suspension. Everything was powder coated according to the owner, and highly detailed. A little bit of paint chipping there. Got a little bit of an oil leak coming off, I think, the back valve cover, because there's a drip on the oil pan, and it's appearing as a possible rear main oil seal drip. It's tiny drop of oil, but it's, you know, worthy of mention. Thank goodness it's not antifreeze, right? So nice detail to the subframe and suspension. All the bushings have been changed. Correct Camaro wheels, front and rear. Slightly bigger tires in the back. There's a few marks on the wheels from the restoration process, but generally speaking, caps and rings are in good shape. P215 70R15 Firestones up front. 60 series P245s in the back. Lots of nice tread remains on the front and rears. Really nice quality detail underneath this Camaro. Fuel lines, brake lines, clips, etc. Turbo 400. Code CK, and it's stamped 71 on the silk-screened tag. Also VIN stamped to the car. A small drop of oil on the inspection cover, small drop of oil on the oil pan, and if you trace it by line, it's coming from above and a little bit possibly coming down the side of the block. So again, it's just a little drip. Didn't really see anything else to be concerned about beneath the vehicle other than a small leak at the tail shaft seal, at the yoke seal on the rear end. 12 bolt, reported as a 342. Powder coated housing. I couldn't get any numbers off of it. Exhaust has all been painted and detailed nicely. Performance exhaust. Looks like 2.5 inch. You can see the floors and the subframe bushings. Just everything was done to a very high level of detail. I like it. All right, let's see if we can get you to come back into focus here. There we go. Powder coated 12 bolt. All new brake hardware. Frame rails are done nice. No evidence of overspray. Everything was taken apart and done nicely. No evidence of hook marks or tear marks on the rails. Springs and hardware all done and done nicely. Inner quarter panel splash pan, still got the plugs in there present, and good adhesion with no real body filler issues. Balance panels in nice shape all the way across. Another quick look at the rest of the underbody. Very nice detail. Whoever gets the car is going to get a nice one. And you can see a little bit of seepage there coming from the seal and then running its way back here along the housing. At least that's the way I'm calling it. I have the owner come and get it down off the jack stands because he would prefer to do it that way. Antifreeze is nice and full and green down about at this level. Oil was full and up to the hash marks, just short of it, and transmission fluid looks and smells good. Haven't heard it run yet, but I'm eager to. Jason Phillips from Auto Appraise, getting ready to listen to this 1971 396 402 Camaro. Rotisserie restored Super Sport. Very nice looking F-body car. Hood lines are pretty good, by the way. Didn't cover those because the hood was up. We'll get the car outside and go through it one more time and go through the interior. But the interior appears to be a complete restoration. Power steering and power brakes, air conditioning. Set up with an aftermarket stereo in the proper holes, and you can see the reflection down this side of the car is equally as nice. No unusual color differences that can be seen inside here. I don't think I mentioned it earlier, but the rear end is a 71 cast housing. Reported as a 342 if I didn't mention that earlier. Belt moldings were changed and they've got a little wobble to them right in here. Typical sign of aftermarket moldings. Doors open and close nicely with very little effort applied. Door skin lips and the jambs are in very nice shape. Complete interior kit was replaced. Get a little better lighting and look at it when we get outside. Okay, we'll give her a cold start. Guess I better take that off. Engine's still cold, 54 degrees. Degrees on the floor. We'll let her warm up and back it out. Let's check out the lights. There we go. Brakes. Turn signals. Okay. Come on back. I saw the reverse lights go on for a minute. I thought I saw those reverse lights come on. We'll check those again in a few minutes. Okay, turn signal, turn signal. Headlights. Brights. Yep. Low beams. Quick peek inside the back of the vehicle now that we're out in the exterior. Lighting and package trays in nice shape, rear vinyl. Trim's all in nice shape. Headliner looks good. Sail panels look good. Seat backs have been addressed. Seat belts have been addressed. Mats, carpet, door panels. Alright, we're heading out. Gas gauge appears to work. Odometer's reading 30,421, but was reset, so those are not dependable or reliable. Speedometer is working. Gonna let it get warmed up a little bit. Can you flip the wipers on for me? Thanks. Wipers are working. Little Pat Benatar in northern Michigan today. The dash pad shows very nicely. Looks like it may be original. Not sure about that. Any ideas?
I'd say it was all the inside was done, but not yet.
Gonna hit the pause button here a minute. All right, heading down the road, about 40-45 miles an hour. Steering seems to be pretty good. Steering wheel slightly off center. You said you'd change the steering box but didn't have it lined back up. Can you take your hands off the wheel for a minute? Just show me it's going down the road straight. Okay, that's pretty straight. The console looks original. Doesn't look like that was restored. There's a little bit of wear on top of the console door, and it opens, hanging up back here just a little bit. Not sure why, but looks like it's in good shape. Glove box door opens and closes. We tried the horn. The horn's not working at the moment. Turn signals are flashing on the inside. Heater blower. Can you flip the heater blower on? That sounds good. Seems to shift pretty smoothly. No shift kit really noted. Odometer is turning. All right, from a dead stop. Down the road pretty good. Heard a little bit of subtle clicking out of the back. I think it might be a little bit of an exhaust leak in the back right side of the car. Seems to run pretty good. We'll check the temperature when we get back. Jason Phillips from Auto Appraise. I'm wrapping up a pre-purchase inspection on a 1971 Chevrolet Camaro SS. 396-402 big block car. Numbers matching, engine, transmission, and period correct. 12-bolt rear end. From all appearances. A rotisserie restored car, done nicely. day in northern Michigan. I turned the defroster on, we're getting fogged up a little bit. Let me out for a minute. I'm going to kind of film you just moving the car past me. You just see it kind of moving going by because it looks really good.